Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexa and I create new mindset videos every week. And this channel is all about designing a life you're wild about. And one of the ways to do that is to manifest and stay in a high vibration so that you can bring in all of your goals and dreams. So this video is all about really quickly raising your vibration at times when you might feel triggered or just feeling low vibe at that time. So I find if you have a way to raise your vibes really fast, you can kind of bounce back really quick. And so I have 4 really quick tips that work for me that I'm gonna share with you in this video. So let's do it. I feel like this video could also be called How to Not Lose Your Shit When People and Situations Trigger You. Because we all know what that's like. But before I get started, if you like this video already, hit the like button, because I want to hear your feedback. Yeah, it's really helpful. Okay, getting into the video. Number 1, this always works really well for me, and it's feeling grateful, reminding yourself of all of the blessings that are already in your life, all of the opportunities that you already have to grow, and all of the fulfillment that is already yours. So number 1 is focusing on gratitude. If you're ever starting to feel down on yourself or having negative self-talk about not having enough or not being enough, remind yourself of the things that you already do have, and you can bring yourself back into your body, become present, and remind yourself of all of the wonderful gifts and blessings that you already have in your life. And it's really important to acknowledge these things so that we can bring more positive things into our lives. So I think gratitude is the first on this list because it's also the most important, at least to me. So yeah, feeling grateful makes a huge difference in raising your vibration, and you can do that instantly in your own head. Just start reminding yourselves of things you feel grateful for, and that will instantly raise your vibe. Number 2, realize that if you're being triggered and you're starting to feel more low vibe, just acknowledge it and look at it and see if there's something you can learn from it. And don't internalize it. Just because you're experiencing these feelings don't mean that they define you. Don't let low vibe thoughts have power over you. Instead, if it's something you can change, if you're upset and there's a legitimate reason and you feel like, you could do something about it to make it change, if it's within your control, something I really like to do, especially if I can't do anything about it in that moment, is I like to make a note on my phone, and I'll just go into my notes, make a quick note about something like, I was triggered by this thought, I think it indicates that I can make changes in this area or address a conflict with this person and try to resolve said conflict. And if it can't be done in the moment, sometimes those really kind of irritable feelings linger for a long time and they don't actually do any good or serve any purpose. So if they serve a purpose by bringing to your awareness something that you can fix, something that you can change, I really like to make a note of it. So it's in the phone, and I remind myself that hey, I can address this later, and I'm gonna make this change, and I acknowledge it. Thank you, thoughts, for helping to guide me to this place. And sometimes those low vibe thoughts can be indicating to us something that we can do to make us happier, make our lives more fulfilling. So they're not necessarily bad, so don't internalize them. And yeah, I just like to quickly make a note of the thing I want to change and move on with my day and just kind of bounce back and not carry those feelings with me anymore. If it's not something you can change, then again, acknowledge those feelings. They are legitimate, but they don't define you. So you can look at it, be like, hey, is having this thought right now serving me or anyone around me? And is it serving any purpose whatsoever? If not, then you can simply lovingly look at it and be like, okay, well, that is maybe an old thought pattern that doesn't serve you, and you can lovingly just say, okay, bye, thank you for being here, but you're not needed anymore. And yeah, instead of dwelling on it, just acknowledge it. I find acknowledging low vibe thoughts, looking at them for what they are, really helps them to either become something constructive or to just go away. And you can be like, oh, that's not a thought that serves anyone. It's just my brain being a jumping monkey, basically. Number 3, if you're being triggered by a person, quickly remind yourself that this person is doing the very best that they can with what they know at this point in their life. And that can be sometimes hard to understand, but everyone's just doing the best that they can. Especially if this is like in the workplace or it has to do with your career. Sometimes you have to work with people who trigger you and put you in a lower vibe, but really it's in your control to manage your vibe, so don't internalize their things. And I honestly just find looking at a person with love and being like, you're doing the best that you can. I'm just gonna create some healthy boundaries and like, yeah, and do my thing. Because you gotta stay on top of your game and like what you're doing no matter what anyone else is kind of throwing at you. So yeah, and this can be tough to do, but it's really important because yeah, other people can have the potential to affect your vibe, but it's really important that as long as you're establishing healthy boundaries, that you don't internalize the way someone else is behaving. And really, I find the most empowering thing to do if someone does start to trigger me is to handle it with grace. And when I say handle it with grace, I mean act from a place of my highest self, or how I think my highest self would act. I like to look at this person like they're doing their best, send them love, and then carry on and do my best and continue to keep my frame of mind focused on the present, focused on gratitude, and focused on my goals. Number 4, come back into your body with a mindfulness practice. And you might think you have to be alone, somewhere really quiet to do a mindfulness practice, but you can actually do it anywhere, pretty much at any time. So you can use this to raise your vibration instantly. So I'll give you a couple of examples. You can focus on belly breathing. A lot of people, when they experience anxiety, start breathing just into either their chest or their rib cage area, but it's actually really beneficial to breathe into your belly, and it can really bring you back into your body and help you to feel more grounded and present, which will in turn raise your vibes. Another thing you can do is a visualization. So you can quickly either close your eyes or in your mind's eye, visualize yourself in your ideal situation, and see yourself being really happy and really fulfilled. Or you can simply visualize yourself with a white light around you, which is something I really like to do. You can also try an affirmation. Some people really like those. So if there's a recurring negative thought that keeps popping in your head, you can come up with an affirmation that counteracts that. So for example, if your negative thought is, I'm never going to get good enough grades to get into the university program I want to get into. If that thought keeps popping up in your head, instead you can come back with an affirmation such as, I have all the tools and capabilities to create my dream life at my fingertips, and know that you are enough. You can even simply use an affirmation that I am enough. I've done that so many times and I found that really helpful. So find an affirmation that easily combats the negative recurring thought if that's something you experience, and you can always even write it down in your phone and have a little list of affirmations to combat any maybe like recurring thoughts that you might have that reduce your vibration, so you can quickly boost it back up. Thanks for watching. I put out a new mindset video every Wednesday, so if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Also, like it or dislike it if you didn't like it, but let me know. Since I'm going to be making a video every week, let me know what kind of videos you want to see. I make videos about designing a life you're wild about, so let me know in the comments if there's a particular topic you would like to see a video about. So the last one I did was a morning routine to feel grounded and present, and I kind of did it in like the style of a short film, sort of, but with narration. And then this is a quick chatty video, and to be honest, this is probably the style of video I'll have most time for because I am trying to balance all of my priorities and make time for my film work, which is my highest priority, and also make regular content here. So help me out by letting me know what kind of topics you want me to cover, and give me some feedback in the comments. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, I think I pretty much introduced myself by now. My name is Alexa. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I hope you're all designing lives you're wild about. All right, bye until next week.